You've probably heard the guru say cold pitching doesn't work, but that's not exactly true. Sure, cold pitching the way that everyone else is doing it doesn't work. But if you know how to use the connection spectrum, you can land clients in 2 to 3 days, and in some cases, 2 to 3 hours. Want to see how? I'm going to show you in this video. Before I do, though, hit the like button below to let me know that this is valuable to you. When you give me that thumbs up, it lets me know that spilling this kind of secret helps you, and I'll keep doing it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I stumbled across a brand in the health supplement niche that I would love to work with. They have a killer point of difference that competitors haven't yet matched. The product is delicious, and demand in their niche is growing really quickly. What's more, the packaging, the branding, it's all on point. So I ordered a box of their product for myself. And that's when I discovered that they didn't send out any emails, nothing. No order confirmation, no welcome sequence, no weekly or daily email to help build brand awareness and a connection with the customer, who was me. No reminder to reorder my product when it was running low. Aha, I thought, there's a problem that I can solve in a niche that I love writing for. But I didn't know anyone at the company. I didn't even know anyone connected with anyone in the company. And that means that I didn't have anyone to help me with a warm introduction that might get my foot in the door. To get on their radar, I would need to send a cold pitch. Not the typical, hey, prospect, I write emails and notice that you don't, so let's talk approach. If you've watched any of my previous videos in this series, you already know that that typical cold pitch just doesn't work. So sending a cold pitch like that was the last thing that I was going to do. After all, I want to work with this client. So I needed a way to break through. If you've ever felt that way, comment with the words breakthrough down below this video. I want to know if you've ever struggled with this like I did. Wanting to connect with someone at a brand that would be perfect for you, but you didn't have any connections with. This is where the connection spectrum comes in. The connection spectrum is a visualization of where our relationship with a prospect stands. If we don't know them and they don't know us, they're cold and we need to warm them up quickly, or anything that we do is going to be ignored. If we do know them or they know us because they've seen us on podcasts or YouTube or in their inbox with valuable information and insights or on LinkedIn or in their DMs, then our relationship is a bit warmer and it takes less effort to connect with them. Here's a situation where I was reaching out cold and needed to warm up the relationship quickly. I started with what I knew. I had tried their product and I liked it enough to count myself a fan. I visited the company website. I read a little bit about the product. I even read a critical post on LinkedIn that took issue with some of the ingredient choices that the company had made. And when searching for people at the company on LinkedIn, I noticed that there weren't many employees, none who were doing marketing. So I guessed that the company could probably use my help. My first contact wasn't exactly a love letter, but it was pretty close. It read, "Hey, prospect, I'm a big fan. I'm on my fourth box of company bars and have a feeling this relationship is going to last. I'm also a copywriter. I expected you to be in my inbox to create a bond that makes customers for life. That hasn't happened, which made me wonder, do you need help with email? I'd love to help if you do. From telling your story as a founder to helping customers get more protein in their diets, regular email will not just tighten your bond with your buyers, but it will bring them back to buy even more. This is a story too good to keep to insiders. Even a simple welcome sequence that encourages a second purchase could boost orders and subscriptions. I'd love to help with an email plan and regular messages to your customers. If you're interested, just hit reply and let me know." And then I have a link that links to a page, a customized page, where you can see a bit of my work, and you can see that there on the template. Now that link does not go to my website. Rather, it goes to a page in Notion that speaks directly to the founder of this company and mentions his company and product by name. It's something that I call the no website strategy. And if my prospect clicks the link, he doesn't get to a general website experience. He gets a personalized message, which helps with warming him up when he lands on that page. By the way, there is a workshop and templates that show how I use this no website strategy to close clients inside the Copywriter Underground. And you can learn more about that community for copywriters in the show description down below. One more thing about that link. It includes several examples specific to the prospect's niche. That way, if he clicks through, he doesn't see a generalized portfolio of all of the different things that I can do as a writer. He gets samples that are specific to his niche so that he can see that I actually solved the problem that he has. A few days later, I followed up with a second message. This time, I didn't want to waste any time with repeating what I had already sent, both in my pitch and in the website that it linked to. So I created a short video for my client and sent him something that said, "Hey, prospect, I created a short video for you. There's a link to the video. This will take 2 minutes of your time if you watch at 2x speed. Hope to hear back from you soon." That was enough to get a response. Less than 3 hours later, I got a positive response, said he was forwarding my thoughts to the person that he had just hired internally to take on the projects that I had mentioned. Now, most pitches get ignored. So why did this one get attention? Well, a couple of very important reasons. First, I knew the niche and I had some experience working with companies like this. Second, I clearly outlined a problem that the prospect had in a respectful way. I didn't tell him he sucked or that he was doing things wrong. I simply mentioned what I could do to fill an obvious gap. Third, I clearly knew the product. This was obvious in the video that I shared, where I walked through several ideas for emails that they could be sending to their customer base to grow their sales. And finally, in the style of a love letter, I made it clear that I was a fan of the brand. I said specifically that they have something special here and that I would love to be part of sharing their story with the world. If I can do this, you can do this. But the real power in this approach happens when you create a process or a system that identifies potential clients and ideas for love letter approaches to connect with them. Creating this system is what I talk about in the next video in this series, which you can watch right here on your screen. The great thing about this system is once you set it up, it only takes a few minutes a week to keep connecting with clients who want to work with you. Go watch that video now.